start reading if I have to. I know it's like a different live for that one, but I'm like, I'm ready if you have to go for 5 seconds. I'll just pick it up and be like, all right, this is our next live. Let's
I finally ordered a physical copy of that.
Yay!
I can't believe y'all reading that smutty stuff.
Aren't you too?
I'm not shocked. I'm still like trying to be like, are you really sending your great aunt, your dad will do? I'm still like,
yes, you are.
And I'm like, no, Brie, don't send it. But and she texted me this morning. She goes, I still haven't received my book, Brie. And I said, ooh, she really wants your dad will do?
She wants it.
Hey, Alicia.
Hey, Alicia.
She wants the smut, Brie. You got to do it.
That's what she said. She wants it nasty. I said, I don't know what that means, but Auntie, I got you. I said, you've been living 74 years. That is more years than me, baby. So you know it's nasty.
We know it. She's like, oh yeah, I did that last Saturday. It's fine.
What? That's when you just go la 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 la.
No, I be listening. She be like, cause I was hell when I was well. I'm like, how you were hell when you were well?
I like the sound of that.
That's awesome. All right, everybody. Hello. How are we doing? We're just coming in hot on this live stream tonight. Hi, Cache.
Hey, Cache.
Hello.
If y'all didn't know, Cache just dropped an announcement video today. You should definitely check it out.
The greatest hits.
Greatest hits.
Missy Elliott read along.
Yeah.
Readathon. The thon of the reads.
The thon of the reads.
I was trying to be like cool with it. It came out weird, so I'm sorry about that.
Hi, Liz. Oh, Shannon's here.
Shannon, we have homework for you.
We do.
We need to know where the word DEF CON came from.
I mean, anyone can respond, but at the same time.
It doesn't have to be now. I mean, I would like for it to be now. It doesn't have to be now.
A part of me thinks Star Wars.
No, it's a military thing. Unless it came from Star Wars and the military took it over. I don't know.
Yeah. Where we need to know the origins.
Yeah.
Homework. I did not come to the live for homework.
This is why I don't come here anymore. You guys ask me questions.
Well, at first, DEF CON was war games. Liz says defense condition. Okay. Okay.
Liz right there. But on the tip of her fingers.
We should have asked Liz. She's our, I think, history buff. Yeah? Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Ah.
I almost DNF'd the book.
Jen was almost there with you, but she powered through, and she's here with us.
There's haters everywhere, B. There's haters everywhere. Exactly, Brandie. Me too.
It was lucky it got 3 stars out of me. I'm gonna be honest with you.
3 stars, man.
Jen, go to bed. Jen, go to bed.
Potential child rape. That's all I have to say. As soon as that happened, I was like, you have a lot of ground to make up from. I hated Caroline. I was just like, can we drown her in the river Thames? I was just like, every time we jump back to her, I wanted to just like throw the audiobook away and just been like, get out of here. I hate, like, as soon as the narrator started talking for Caroline, I was just like, don't kill yourself, just get through this chapter, it's fine.
What? I liked Caroline.
Wow, that's very hard.
Caroline, she wasn't as strong as like the other two. I really liked Eliza's POV, and I really liked Nella. I really liked Nella. Caroline was the weaker of the POVs, sure, but she was still interesting. I felt like I was going on the adventure with her. I'm like, yes, let's break into, let's trespass, let's find this door. Yes, absolutely, do it.
I'm like, bust it down. But I also was like, girl, you're doing a little too much, but I'm here for it. Come with it.
Yeah, right.
Come with it.
I also hated her husband. I wanted more than drowning her. I wanted to drown him. I was like,
I think he could have took a long walk off of a short bridge.
I would
Yeah,
push him
together.
off the
Mhm.
bridge.
I would have pushed him off the bridge too.
Pushed him off.
Walk off the short bridge.
Oh, he was such a piece of work. Couldn't take responsibility for anything. Gaslighting her when she was basically like, you told me to take this job. You told me to do this. And he was like, well, you took it, not me. I'm like, are you kidding me right now?
Selfish.
Are you kidding me right now?
My God.
And then, okay.
It's okay.
And we're jumping right into it. But when
we're going to the end with the eucalyptus oil,
Yeah.
let's do it. I was just like, I wish he had drank more and had killed himself. I would have been. And then also, I was under the impression that maybe he had drank from the bottle something, and I was like, I'm so glad that 200 years later she's still knocking off people. But that was just my opinion.
I actually wanted that to be a twist, like plot twist. She's still living.
She's still alive and
That would
killing
have been
ridiculous men.
That would have been ridiculous, but I would have been here for every moment of it. Like, come on, Grandma, show them what's up. I love a grandma that kills.
Yep.
I'm like, I think that's what I wanted from it. Like, it had such a beautiful cover, so I'm like, we're gonna be with the apothecary lady like this whole time, and we're hearing about like all this like list of people that she's knocking off, and I'm like, this is gonna be awesome. And then Caroline pops up, and I'm like, get out of here, nobody cares about you. I want to hear about why people need to die back in the 1600, whatever time frame it was in.
1791.
Sure.
Honestly,
yeah.
Men back then were just trash.
The worst. Oh, and like everyone that they wanted to kill.
Aaron's
too,
like
I was
back
like
then.
ready for it.
Oh, I guess they could.
I think it's more than back then. Like, we got a couple currently, but definitely back then, I would have been. I ain't gonna lie. I think I would have went to her.
Yeah.
I would have had the cop. What? Imagine me being a black woman. What at that time? Oh, we're gonna have to off him.
Yep.
I was
like, you're probably gonna be one of her regular customers there
I'm gonna
every
be
week.
A regular. I'm gonna be like, look, the soup didn't take.
It didn't take. I
Oh,
need
God.
more needle powder, please.
Oh,
Thank you.
Something didn't happen
I'm gonna
right.
be
I need
offing
more.
more. I'm gonna be offing a lot of folks. If I would have been like my dad used to say, I'm gonna go to jail and be happy, smile. That would have been me. Like,
Pat myself on
this dude came at me too strong when I was at the market picking those apples. So I'm gonna need you to.
He stepped in front of me on the sidewalk. I'm gonna need you to handle this.
Yeah, get in.
The audacity.
Call me the Black Widow.
I was sad for Nella though.
Oh yeah, so that last scene from her point of view was just crushing.
I was so upset for her.
Yeah. I did not know that the Fox had picked it up.
I didn't, but I'm going to watch the heck out of it. That's awesome.
Oh,
I debate because there were a lot of times where I was reading it and I got like really rapey vibes. And as soon as like 12-year-old rapey vibes, I was just like, The one time he drugged her, I was like, I immediately put the book down. I'm like, I want every spoiler under the sun. I Googled it. I'm like, is there rape in the Apothecary? Whatever the name of the book is. The Lost Apothecary. Like, I was prepared to have everything spoiled. I was like, I need to know how far this goes because if it's going to be on page, if it's going to go anything further past, he did he made her drink something and then he had to go away. I was like, I'm not going to handle that. So that was, again, part of the reason why I didn't like the book is it immediately gave me like really uneasy vibes. I was just like, it was a very hard jump. And then every time we kept going back to Caroline, I was just like, can we just stay in the past? Like, I prefer to be here. Like, eventually I was happy with how her storyline ended up. But yeah, I always, and I hate that authors do this too. And I understand the reasoning for it. Like, every chapter ends in a slight cliffhanger and then you switch characters. And I was like, I will murder your whole family because I have to wait 10 pages to get to this, to get back to here. And I'm just like, that frustrates me too. So that's something that I don't love when authors do, but I get why they do it.
I get why they do it.
Want to keep reading.
But it seems like a cheap way to sorry.
Go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead.
It seems like a cheap way to build tension. Like, instead of actually making a good chapter ending, you just change the point of view to leave you hanging.
And that's probably why I hated Caroline too. Because every time it was in the past tense, I was like, oh my God, like I want to find out what happened. And like Caroline in present day. And I was like, no, you're ruining
I'm
everything.
tired of this hoe. I'm tired of this hoe. I get it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love that. It definitely, it did what it was supposed to do. It built tension and made you want to keep reading. Like I said, I honestly thought I was on the adventure with Caroline. I loved her and her making friends with Gaynor. That's her name, Gaynor. At the library.
I liked her.
I love when she went into the library. I loved, I mean, I did want to be in the past. I did want to be in the past and kind of living in it as it went. But, I also kind of liked, kind of learning some things before it happened in the other points of view in the other timeline. But yeah, it was those scenes with Eliza and her points of view. Even like Jen, you listened to the audiobook, you said, right? Okay. For Eliza's point of view, even though the narrator, I'm assuming the narrator was an adult, they sounded very childlike. Yeah. And for her reading those points of views was very troubling. It was supposed to make you uneasy. It kind of just, again, build tension. And also kind of just like you were rooting for her at that point. Like, yeah, kill that man. Absolutely. Kill him. It's fine.
Yep.
Kill him. Yes.
I was really nervous at one point that she was going to switch the eggs. She was going to make a mistake. She was going to kill the lady. And then it was going to go all, like, I went from 0 to 100 real fast. Because I was like, everything is going to go wrong. Like, nothing's going to go right for this sweet little child. But I don't know. Because I was thinking it was going to have to go further. Because it happened very, very early on. Like, 25% of the way in. I checked before it got too far. But, yeah, like, I don't know where I was going with any of that. I've drinking too much by now. Keep going.
No, it's okay. I think even though I liked the book a lot, mainly because I knew about the true story before reading it, I did all the research of trying to figure out every fucking drop of the history. And then when I found
Bailey Sarian,
she did it, and then I was like, oh my God, I'm in the internet now.
I saw that in your review, so I'm just like, I gotta look this up because I wanna watch it all. I want to watch it all.
It's so good, and I'm like, yes. This lady was like, look, you abusive men, I'm taking y'all out. Yes, I'm taking y'all out. That's on period. I'm like, do it. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all.
Disclaimer purposes.
That wasn't me. Disclaimer. This has nothing to do with any future job or current job I'm at. I'm being fictional, like the character. Being fictional. Okay, moving forward.
Disclaimer for legal purposes.
Disclaimer. You know what I mean? But I do, as a person who really enjoy historical fiction, I would have preferred if it was only in historical fiction.
Yeah.
That historical fiction to, like, I really like the historical aspect more than I like the modern take. But I did like what she did, because you got to make it different, I guess. But I would have preferred, like, it started off talking about how the lady started this, like, her first client, how she created this, maybe her backstory, and then talk about, like, how she started this ring, and then, how this man lied to her, maybe came in her life and was like, oh, I want to love you, and treated her well, but he was undercover, and he found out that she killed the brother of his wife, somebody, you know what I mean?
That'd be cool.
The whole story,
You're rewriting the whole thing.
Yeah.
I guess. But that's what I wanted. I wanted all that.
I agree with that. Yeah, because I just that was that's why I start off my review with such potential, because I was like, it could have gone so much better. I feel like I know I say that I hate on Caroline. Again, I was fine with how her storyline wrapped up.
We didn't say it. You said it. You said you hate Caroline. I got fired.
You said you wanted. You said, and I quote,
drown her,
you gotta drown that bitch. That's what you said.
Please check in the show notes. Her timestamp.
Yeah, said, and I quote, drown that bitch.
2 seconds in. You wanted to drown
I feel like that would have been such a that, I don't know. For me, it would have been such a better story being like, oh, like that kind of plot twist. I've been like, oh my God, she killed that guy. Like, oh, I didn't see that coming at all. And then she had to like off him too because maybe he started to get crazy. I don't know. Like, I like where Bree's version is going. It wasn't so good.
Yeah.
You'd have been like, what? This man, he was a double agent the whole time? The whole time? Come to find out his brother Richard was abusive and he didn't even know. And now he's crying at the end of the book because he didn't realize that his friend was trash while he accidentally found the Aqua Tofana and killed her. Oh, God. Right at the end? In his arms? Oh.
I mean, such a better book right there. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
5 stars. I take back my 3. Now it's 5.
I'm telling you, I am not a writer, but I'll make up some shit.
Same. I'm good with that.
I think my biggest gripe with the dual timeline is the allegory for the present day timeline even being there seemed really, really weak. Like it was, what was it at the end? It was Eliza's bottle of magic potion or whatever that she found. And so that was to start her whole new life. That seemed really weak, especially following up Nella's death in the arms of Eliza. Like it seemed like a far better place to end the book than just
didn't deserve
makes you wonder
catching her up at the end.
It makes you wonder how long that bottle was there.
Right?
like how long was that bottle just sitting there all those years? I found that.
I mean, you gotta attest to the craftsmanship. I mean, she made her own bottles. They lasted forever in the river.
So this is the thing that I like the most about the current time is finding out what happened to Eliza afterward, that she married her little shop owner guy and they had kids. I was like, those are so cute.
Well, I think he was the only man that wasn't trashing this book.
Right, the only one.
Only one. Oh, I loved that. I did love that we found out that I was just like, dang, she really died. I was like, we're really gonna kill 12-year-olds in this book. But
I was sad about that.
I was so
me too. Sad. I was like, what? No.
When she drank the potion, it's like, it's gonna save me, and I was just like, oh, you sweet summer child, you're gonna drown.
I thought though she
go ahead.
Definitely being a kid, like I'm gonna go and try to figure out how to make my own potion. I'm like, girl, don't do this. This ain't for you. But
she comes in, leaves scattered everywhere. I was like, oh, you're in trouble. You're in trouble. She's like, I was just making tea.
No, you weren't. You gotta wait an hour for this thing to suck it down. I was really worried for her when she went to the lady's house because I was for sure that lady was just gonna throw her under the bus. She was a bitch. Sorry. She was a rich bitch. And I was just prepared for her to like, this girl sold me the potion and be like, why are you throwing a 12-year-old kid under the bus? Like, you heathen.
I was impressed with her about face though. When it came down to it.
Yeah.
I thought she was about to snitch on them. I'm like, oh no.
Me too. I'm like, look at this old white woman showing up as an old white woman.
Thanks, Karen.
Thank you, Karen. It didn't work out for you, so you're throwing a fit.
Not the 1800 Karen coming up as herself. Goddamn, this ain't right.
Oh my gosh. That is so funny. But okay, so I do I have lots of little notes here. I really liked the washi that I used for this one too. It was really pretty.
I should have pulled out my book. It's over there. It's 3 steps, but it's too far.
I'm not gonna lie, I like the washi tape for the Skin of the Sea, but I'm more of a teal person. So like as soon as I saw the teal with the gold foil, I was like, sold. I love it.
Perfect. Yeah. So my first Post-it note was this little apothecary's oath here, and it's like never to divulge the secrets confided to me, never to administer poisons. I'm like, well, that's awkward.
Accurate.
Well, well, things happen. Frederick was a jerk. Oh, Frederick. I'm glad he got his comeuppance. Let's just say that.
I can never name a kid Frederick ever again. That's done.
Nope. Because
his name is done.
He was a dick.
Yep.
Frederick Dick. I can't do it. Nope. There's an R in there. It doesn't work. My bad.
No, I really thought Caroline's husband was gonna die. I'm like, well,
I hoped.
If you die, you die.
Yeah.
Straight up, if he dies, he dies. We ain't got time. We not saying no eulogy. We don't give a shit. We just gonna throw him in the ocean and throw him in the streets. Let the streets take it.
Yeah, she wasted way too much time.
Yeah,
way too much time.
And about like, oh, should I forgive him? And like when he was actually really sick, she was like, I'm really scared. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
But then his dumb ass was like, oops, CPX. But
Go ahead.
He really thought drinking that would literally have her coming back to him.
Yeah.
He's like, even on my deathbed, I'm like, I was like, are you kidding me? You purposely drank this oil?
You could come up with?
No, he would have got stabbed in the neck. Not if he was me, but if he was somebody that was fictional that was also using my voice, possibly would have also gotten stabbed in the neck if I found out that you poisoned yourself. You mother.
And she almost went to jail for him too.
Almost went to jail.
I know. And I really thought she was going to go to jail, though. I really thought she was.
Yeah.
She would have been in the penthouse. Akon, I'm locked up. They won't let me out. Oh.
But Gaynor
would have been real pissed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Like, even though
Gaynor
she was
got
like, they were new friends, she knew enough about like what she was researching. She was like, I'm gonna go ahead and throw her a bone, but then I need some splaining to do because
I just basically put my career on the line too. But yeah, she did, and they're thick as thieves now.
Yeah,
I did like that.
Do you have something that makes the washi edges so perfectly zigzaggy? Yes, I have a washi dispenser. It's like a tape dispenser, but you could hold like lots of washis in there, and it's like a tape dispenser.
I have that too. Just got it last week. I think I shouldn't have got it because I still haven't opened the box.
Yeah, it was a moment of weakness when Brittany was doing for her journal, and she was doing her spreads and everything. And I was just like, she's like, don't like go crazy and order a bunch of washi. And I'm like, because that's immediately what I did. I bought all the washi and I bought 2 little dispensers, and I was like, too late. I already did it, but thanks. Thanks for the advice.
Thanks for the comment, but I'm already knee deep in this. So.
And I'm like, I did not follow your advice. I bought 2 big things of washi tape. Thanks.
Well, when I saw you post that picture, there was like 75 of them. I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing with those? I was very concerned for you. And then like the first of the year, you showed us what you were going to do. And I was like, okay, makes 1,000% more sense. You probably need more eventually, probably already. How many books are you at? Like 75 already? Have you read? That's too low. 100. You've read 100 books already?
Yeah.
119. I feel like I'm lowballing it. Where are we at?
75?
No.
Gosh.
Well, she's gonna finish 75,000 by the end of the year. Right?
There you go.
Yeah, at least 2 mil.
She's gonna beat Maharet's goal for last year.
Yeah.
Maharet, I was so surprised. Her number was insane.
Like 800. What'd you do? She's not here right now.
It was a lot.
Probably sleeping. Everyone's like ganging up on me, and Maharet's like, I read 800. And I'm like, yeah, gang up on her. She read more.
I don't even think I read 3. This is my 3rd book this year, but I'm trying to physically read more. So I knew I was going to slow down a lot.
Yeah.
I read 15.
What? How are you guys surviving?
Exactly. And
it's actually a slow month. It's actually it's a slow month.
I've read 10 so far.
Yeah.
I'm at 7.
Coming after me. And hold on.
I mean, technically one of the books I'm reading is like 600 pages, so can I count that as 2?
Yes. Oh my. Don't
you read 7, Aaron?
7 so far. Yeah.
7.
Wow. I'm not me just straight chilling on the couch. Listen, this is where it needs to be. My supervisor was like, "You
I
look
got 15 too.
exhausted." 15 too.
15.
This is the first time ever I've been tied with you in books. It won't last long, but I like it. It's gonna end like this weekend.
Just wait until the end when Nicole tells you about the next 75 lives that she has. All of them scheduled between tomorrow and Friday. It's all good.
Nicole and I live schedule are pretty the same this year.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's like we do our lives Wednesday, and then we do me and you Thursday. So it's like back to back.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep. And then I'm in a year long read along with Ashley. Year long read along with Deidre. I'm in 3 other small read alongs, and then today I got asked to be put on another read along.
You're gonna read so many books.
I just when I tallied it, it was like 60 books for the read alongs alone.
Oh my gosh!
Oh wow!
For the read along,
my goal is 200. It's never been 200 ever.
You're gonna get it. I feel like.
But we'll see.
You'll get it.
Mine is 150, and it's gonna stay that way.
I read 150. I read 150 once, and that was last year. I read 156, and I was like, "What? That never happened."
That's amazing.
How many did y'all read last year?
111.
I read 103.
Ooh. Ginger, you said you were at 11?
111.
Oh, I was about to say there's no goddamn way you read 11 books.
We read more than 11 with the book club in the last 3 months.
I was like, wait a minute. All those lives I was popping in and had no idea what the book was about?
No, I read those.
I read those.
I read 121 last year.
Nice.
Ooh, okay, go ahead and flex on us.
I won't say it. All right, I wasn't even trying. My goal was 75, and I was going for a relaxed schedule, but I also was part of this book club, so you know.
Aaron,
you're welcome. Forced into a lot of things.
Aaron, I know. Look me in the eye.
I was like, Aaron, you didn't sign up, but I'm tagging you, so you got to come. So,
Aaron, look me in the eye. That's the same shit I did last year. Did it work? Absolutely not.
No.
I was like, no, it's a chill year. I'm gonna rest. My ancestors told me to rest. I'm gonna rest, and I did not rest.
Did not rest at all.
There was no resting.
You said you read 75 books. That's amazing.
Okay, 75.
Shannon with the 369.
Nice.
Oh, there's no way. There's no way I can read 369.
88
books. Well, if you conclude like cover books, like kid books, I mean that could tally up pretty quickly.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. It's awesome. You guys are great. You guys are fantastic.
I mean, just reading is amazing.
Yeah. If you've enjoyed your reading, you've been successful.
Exactly.
Last
75
year,
was your fault. Got it.
Last year wasn't the best reading year for me. Still to this day, the best reading year was 2018. Was the best reading year for me. Last year was meh, but I'm trying to rectify that this year. Like, I almost DNF'd the book, but I didn't because I was like, Bree, you're 90% through. Like, just finish the goddamn book.
What was it? What book was it?
It was Bayou Disappearance Christmas.
Bayou Christmas Disappearance.
Like, if you go on my Goodreads, you will see me saying, what the fuck? I put the notes public, like, on my Kindle, being like, what the fuck is this shit? Because there was this food that was named, and I was like, is this white folks Cajun Creole? I've never, and I'm from New Orleans. I was like, I ain't never in my life heard this shit before. So I was annoyed with Detective Reed. I wanted to beat him up on several occasions. I just could not stand detective read. He was trash. And then I just DNF'd this book called Near Somebody Bone, Near something. It's horror. It's Hora. There we go. Hora, whatever. I DNF'd that yesterday.
Oh, I haven't DNF'd anything yet. Hopefully I won't.
I don't think I DNF'd anything last year.
I don't think I did.
Yeah, I don't think I did either.
And last year was my best reading year ever.
I DNF'd a couple of books last year.
I don't think I did.
I started a few and then stopped, but they're still on my to reads. It's just it was not the time to read them or reread them. So I don't count that as DNFing. I just say that I'll save this for later.
For later. For sure.
I'm trying to read my backlist, but there's so many new books coming out every single month. It's ridiculous.
Like every Tuesday, there's like 12 books coming out. I'm like, can you guys not for a second? Like, can you let me catch up?
Go on hiatus for a bit.
Yeah.
No, at least give us 3 years of hiatus.
3 years.
But I've also been feeling like the new releases haven't really been.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
They haven't.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but just from the vibe I'm getting from BookTube, it seems like YA is trying to almost lock in kind of a formula for just the I know it's not a genre, but an age group, but it seems like they're trying to. Everything seems to be hitting the same beats, and I don't know if that's just the bread and butter of it. But
I agree, and that's why this year, like, one of my goals is to read a little bit more of adult books, adult fiction, because I feel like some of the YA, it's like the same themes over and over again, just different storylines.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, there's a place for that. I mean, you see the amount of Harlequins behind me there. There's just different characters in the same story, different tropes, So there's definitely a place for that. But
yeah, you definitely see, like, in certain genres or certain lines, like with Harlequin, I mean, they do follow pretty formulaic. It's because, well, with Harlequin, it's just like they have to follow these rules if you're going to write for this line. It's like they don't have a choice. But yeah, it's like definitely they see what sells, and they're just going to be like, okay, like this book did really well. We need 75 books that are exactly like this because this is what's going to sell. So you're going to read like the same, but yeah.
I did this really crazy thing where I started actually like an Excel sheet of all of my unread books, ebooks, and audiobooks because I do want to read my backlist. And going through it, like looking at certain titles, I'm like, why do I still have this book? I'm never going to read it. I'm not interested in it. So I did it purposely because I knew it was going to happen, but I have like a pile of at least 100 books and I'm like, get out of my house. I don't want you anymore. You're taking up space. I either have an audiobook version of you or an ebook version of you, and I don't need all three of you, unless it's Julianne Lindsay, and then at that point it's totally legit.
All three.
But I'm starting to look at them and being like, okay, am I ever going to reread you? Do you have did I have such a great experience with you the first time that I want a copy of you on my shelf? I might not want to read you again, but I want to be able to be like, oh yeah, if you like this book, you should read this one. So yeah, and I haven't even gone through all of my books, but I'm like,
you made an Excel spreadsheet? Don't you have Book Buddy?
I do, but I wanted something like physical because whatever, and this is why I like my finances. Every time I save my receipts and I do an Excel sheet with them, and it just it makes you more aware of where you're spending your money, which seems really silly, but at the same time I'm just like, I need to know what I've got to read. And then I also wanted to go through all of my ebooks and figure out which ones I spent money on that I really should read and which ones are free that I should feel less guilty about reading. So I'm working through that. And plus, if we're going to go to the book fair in February, I either need to make room for it, or I need to just be like, get to the point where I go, you know what? I don't want to go because I don't want to add books to my library.
You don't want to go.
I'm like torn now because I just I'll go with you on Sunday. We can make it a Sunday trip where it's half off.
I think now, like, instead of buying books when they release, I would try to find the audiobook. and read it. And if I like it, I'll buy the book. But other than that, I try not to spend money on something that I just will not like. And I just can't do it anymore.
I just
I got rid of a lot of books.
The new Sarah J. Maas book coming up. I had it pre-ordered, the physical copy, and I'm like, I don't need this physical copy in my life. So
you had it pre-ordered and you canceled it?
I canceled my pre-order, but I then pre-ordered the Kindle because I was like, I do want to read this, and I will. But with the Kindle, I have the option to potentially get the audible book.
Yeah,
cheaper.
That's true.
So
Yeah.
if I'm like, if I can get both copies, an ebook and an audio for the same amount that I'd pay for a physical copy, neither of those two options actually take up space in my house that I have very little room of. So it's like,
yeah. I have one bookshelf, and I'm looking at it the other day, and I said, girl, there's a lot going on over there. So I've already unhauled like 10 books, and now I'm going to highlight it again. Let me show you my one shelf. Yeah. Nicole, don't act like you don't know. That's my one shelf.
I'm jealous of the one shelf. Yeah, and I have like 4 bookshelves.
One shelf for life. Fuck that. I'm taking at least 15, maybe 20 of them off. Because I was like, girl, you love Cemetery Boys, but are you going to reread it? Probably not.
And that's what I did.
Yeah, that's a good point. I also think like if I'm keeping the book, it's because I have a connection with it, and I really like want to keep it for my kids so they can read it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Charles.
And there's always a time where like I'll pick up a book and I'm like, I don't want to get rid of it. But then like 6 months from now, I'll pick it up and be like, I don't want you in my house. So it's just it's a time thing. So I have to see which ones I will. And yeah, like this morning, I was just in a mood to purge. I was like, I'm not going to reread you again. I don't want you in my house. I don't want to offer you to anybody. I want money for you so that I can go buy a book that I do want.
Not money. Not y'all better send me the money.
No
it's
worries,
okay, Charles.
Don't
worry. Yeah. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
So yeah, I've already pre-ordered the Barnes and Noble version.
See, this is why I don't even want you to talk anymore about you purging books, because you have 4 copies of 2 of these, the first books, and then you're going to get 4 copies of this book. I don't even want to talk to you.
I probably will, because you can't have like a missed opportunity of these copies. And this is a book, I love her. I know that you guys did not like it, but for me, I didn't see anything coming. All of it was over my head. It was glorious. I loved it all. If you can get the Barnes and Noble one, do it, because it usually comes with exclusive material, but I think I was on her Instagram earlier and those are all sold out. So you may.
Is this the new one?
Oh my! You're at the wrong stream. We know.
Wow, advertising just invading everything, isn't it?
Okay, listen.
Wait. Are we talking about the tampon?
It looked pretty official, like logo and everything.
Right? How dare you?
Maybe I got too passionate. They wanted me to keep it down.
Oh, they said, look, one of y'all got a heavy flow. One of y'all got a heavy flow. So
I know you're not gonna need this. We know all about the jam packs, sir.
And I have not yet pre-ordered my Amazon version of Carrie Maniscalco because I'm waiting for all the freaking exclusive editions that are going to come out. And I'm sure one of them is going to have the regular cover, so I don't have to go from Amazon. So
are you talking about Kingdom of the Cursed and the Wicked?
Kingdom of the Feared.
Okay. Oh, that's the third one, right? Okay.
The third one, yeah.
I'll have to wait for the Fairy Loot edition because I have the Fairy Loot editions.
She's physically hurt right now. She's physically hurt right now.
Look how beautiful this book is.
They do a fantastic job with their editions.
She's like,
it's gonna be a no. It's gonna be a no. But I'm here for y'all and y'all spirit. But I'm not reading fantasy. I'm already swamped with fucking Percy Jackson, which is making my story graph looks like I'm a fantasy reader when that is fake news, garbage, and trash.
You look on your story graph, it's like the most read author is Rick Riordan. What?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I can't believe this white man is #1 in my life.
Oh my God.
But this year that should balance out because we're not reading technically his books. for reading,
Charles, you have inspired me because I keep seeing all the little snippets that you have for Megan Quinn, and I did add her. And the fantastic thing about her is that she's on Kindle Unlimited, but she's got the Kindle Unlimited with the little Audible symbol, so you can read the Audible without having to buy it. It's amazing. I love it so much. So
wait, that's a thing on Kindle? I've been really not paying attention to my subscription I got 2 months ago.
It's only certain ones.
You don't know what you're paying for.
I don't really know what I'm paying for. Honestly, I still haven't used it because I don't get it. I'm gonna be honest, I don't get it. So I just be like, yeah.
I think the first couple months that I got KU, I didn't use it at all. But then once I got the hang of it, I was just like, can I have 20 books? And now you have 20 books. Now you
There's one that everyone keeps talking about that I actually recently took off because I started reading reviews and I was like, no. It reminded me of Anne Rice's Beauty and the Beast, like that stupid series.
Yeah.
It's is it called Gilded? Everyone's like hyping about it. Ryan Kennedy, it's not, whatever. But it's supposed to be about this like Midas person. Yeah, Guild.
Yeah. Guild. Yeah.
No. You read some of the reviews of that. That's a hard pass.
Mixed reviews about it, so I don't even try. I'm not going to try to read them. Sorry.
Somebody recommended it for me for my 12 from 12, and I'm like, okay, I guess I gotta read that.
I was gonna do 12 for 12, but I said these people are gonna give me some fucked up shit, so I'm not gonna do it.
The reason why I didn't do it because I knew that Nicole would be like, "Oh,
not unless you asked for it."
You're gonna be stuck with stuff you don't want.
Yeah,
I just feel like even though I'm not a romance reader, you understand? I have a lot of romance readers in my life, and I feel like they would have saw that and took advantage of me. You know what I'm saying? Just took advantage of me, and I'd have been reading tentacle porn and octopi porn and some monster with a cliff dick. It would have been a whole situation, and I would have been tentacle porn.
Oh man,
I would have been mad. Somebody having sex with a door erotica. I don't know. I would have been like mad about it. So I said,
I can see them doing that to you.
Right. Taking advantage of me, because you know that's what they do on Beyonce's internet.
I wouldn't have gone so extreme with you. I would have gave you a break.
She would have done that milk one.
I'm telling you,
I will only recommend Morning Glory Milking Farm to certain people, and it's not anybody in this group.
I can almost
guarantee Dick Fight Island would have been in there.
Dick Fight Island? That was good, though.
That was pretty entertaining.
That was good.
Entertaining is the right word, Erin. Yes.
The romance was super sweet. The illustrations were perfect. And Erin, what did you say? Did we read what?
Oh, the donut shifter one.
The donut shifter?
See,
what's that?
No, not we out here having sex with a donut.
That's
not just a donut, but donut shifter. So they're human half the time.
We're not gonna donut. We're not gonna Krispy Kreme it. We're not gonna twist it. We're not gonna feel it.
I have a feeling that if you shifted it into donut, it wouldn't necessarily be a fear of being eaten out, but being eaten and just never being living again.
Oh my god.
I feel like if I had a certain body part like the donut shifter would appeal to me because it has a ready-made hole in it, but
one day I'll read a book like that. One day. I'm just not there yet. I'm
gonna read it just because I can't not hear something Nicole, like that.
Read that in place of Guild. I mean, you might. I wouldn't say you would enjoy it, but you
12. I can't just replace books. I can't recommend.
Yeah, you can. You can tell someone I'm not interested in this.
Someone else came in.
I just felt it's 12 for 12 is a setup, y'all. It's a setup. It's a setup. That's all I'm saying.
If that comes up on my list, it's getting its own video, Nicole. No, I told you I will go easy on you.
What does that mean? Easy.
Easy. I read some weird stuff, y'all. I read weird stuff, but I won't do that to you. I got to ease you into it at first, because otherwise you're just going to run the other way and not trust me when I say something's good.
Oh Okay, you did say one book was good, and I was just like, this book is taking forever to get to the point, and I stopped reading it.
Which one was that?
It was Sandra Brown.
Chill Factor?
Good old Sandra.
It was some shit that came out last year.
Oh, Thick as Thieves? Blind Tiger.
No. Oh, yeah, Blind Tiger came out last year. Thick as Thieves was the year before that.
Oh, Thick as Thieves was the year before that.
You got Charles.
Wait. He did just post that he was liking reverse harem.
I love his question underneath it. Are each of the dudes different types of donuts?
We got the regular glaze. We got the maple. We got chocolate, sprinkles.
Oh, God.
I'm going to read this. It's going to be a
vlog. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus.
I can't find out about stuff like this and then not read it.
Easy. I have zero interest, and I'm looking at like all these historicals over here who are like judging me, being like, "You say you like historical books, but you haven't read me yet," and I'm going, "I know I haven't."
You say you like historicals, but here I am, sat unread.
I won't lie. There's some historical fiction writers that I'd be like, okay, yep, I'm ready. Like Lisa C. She's one of my favorites. Read all her shit. Lisa C.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah,
I read
all her
Snowflower
shit.
and the Secret Fan, and I read one other. I thought I read one other. I can't remember.
Was it Dream of Pearl?
Yes. Hold on. Do I have it near me? I don't even have the book near me. I'm so useless to this group right now.
Every time I add her on Twitter, she responds. I'd be like, "Hey, girl."
I'm gonna have to.
Just like you and Stephen Graham Jones.
Oh, it's so far away.
Listen,
What's it called?
if Stephen Graham Jones don't know that he's my favorite horror writer, I just feel like the internet has failed him. The internet has failed him drastically.
So, Brandie, it's Lisa C.
Okay.
And then it's something with the pearl in the title.
Dream of Pearl.
Dream of Pearl. Okay.
I'm
She does my favorite thing. Most of her story surrounds the story of two women, like, and they're sisters of sorts.
Yes.
And I love that.
That's like Snowflower and the Secret Fan. Yeah, I felt things. Like, I
cried, man. Dream of Pearl had me in.
Oh, was the Donut Shifter 27 pages?
I have not bought or read it.
The
romance books subreddit on Reddit is crazy. They read everything on KU, and
but it is on KU though, because I'm not paying actual money for this.
No, it's not on KU. But that subreddit, they read everything, every like indie published thing out there.
If it's not on KU, I'm not reading it. It's not on. Dang, sorry. You thought you were getting the Donut Shifter vlog, but you're not. Sorry.
Maybe you just put it on your list and then you keep an eye on it. Maybe it will go.
Maybe. That's true. Good thinking, Jen. You might.
I'm trying to save dollars at this point. I got rid of Audible. I've got a timer set on my KU so that I can delete it so that they can give me.
You want them to give you a deal.
I have like 150 audiobooks that I need to read, and I'm not.
Let's be real.
Oh, I already hate the book. How graphic is it, Charles? Spoiler alert, just tell me. Although, Liz, you said you also read it. Someone tell me, how bad is it?
And I feel like you and I don't like the same shit in books.
Yeah, I think so.
Felt that way about Your Dad Will Do. I was like, stop saying daddy. Stop it.
I just skipped over it after a while. I couldn't do the audiobook for that one for the specific reason that they would say daddy and I would immediately be like, That's exactly what would have happened.
Sit on your daddy. I'm like 73 times.
78 sexual references for the word daddy. I counted.
You did.
So close. You were so close to 73. I'll give you credit for it, though.
Meanwhile, for the pop culture readathon for the readathon that I'm doing this month, we have a prompt that says, read a book about a father figure, and I decided to read Daddy Kink because I'm that person. I don't know if it will be necessary to the plot. If it's not, then the scene isn't needed. Oh, are you referring to the R word scene? It's not graphic, but is a tad bit descriptive.
But it's a big plot of the book. I've already, I'm not feeling it. Can we switch books? Can we switch books? How about this one over here? I've got this one right here.
We're already reading that one.
No, it's not on the list.
It's on the tentative one. It's not on the for realsy one.
I'll switch it. I'll give you a different book. I didn't know.
Can she skip it?
How many pages do I have to read? I wonder
back to the book we're actually supposed to be talking about. That was a long tangent. Okay, but I'm
this book is dedicated to every survivor. That just makes it but that's gonna kill me. Okay,
it was your pick.
I thought it because it looked like it was a pretty cover. I was like, pretty cover, okay. I recognize this author. People say it's
first
good.
Chapter for you. Just skip the prologue.
Skip the prologue. Okay, I remember that.
See? Fixed.
Thanks, Charles.
Thanks.
Is this book y'all reading? Is it on Audible? Can I get an Audible of it, or I gotta read the physical copy?
The Kerrigan Byrne? No, it's not.
All right, I was gonna join in, but I won't have enough time to get the physical book.
What if someone gets it?
Oh my God, this prologue is forever long.
Jen needs an alternate assignment.
25 pages.
Wow, that's a long prologue.
That's a lot. Just make it chapter 1.
Yeah, right.
Just make it chapter 1. Oh God. I'm looking through my notes. I'm looking through my Post-its and just seeing, but we've literally already talked about a lot of this. Poor thing.
I have a question. If y'all found out y'all partner cheated on y'all, would y'all go on your anniversary to another country without that partner?
Without them? 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Wait, what happened? I missed the question.
Yeah, for sure.
The question was, if you found out that your partner was doing the X, Y, and the Z with somebody else, would you be like, hell no, fuck that shit, I'm out of here, and go to another country on your anniversary?
Yeah, probably.
A follow-up is, if that said partner showed up, tried to gaslight you, would you or would you not throw acid?
I wouldn't have even let him in the hotel. I don't care how much money it would have cost. I would have changed hotels before he got there. I wouldn't have been there.
Yeah,
he would have came to the hotel. Oh, I have a reservation for this name. He would have went to the room. I would not have been there. Everything would have been packed. His hydrangeas would have been over there, and I would have been bye. No. I don't care how much money it would have cost. I don't care.
Oh, I would have taken the hydrangeas though and put "fuck you" in the petals though.
Just put it on the bed like "fuck you" in hydrangea petals.
I'm going to retract the acid statement because I realized I was insensitive, so I'm taking it back for other reasons. Okay, so I'm going to take back the acid, but this is what I will say. I will say that I was very frustrated in that part of the book when he showed up, because she just had him sitting there while she's taking a nap and shit. I'd have been like, look, you low, skinny, slim, you better go ahead and get up out of this apartment, whatever the place was, a hotel, you know. But I was just like, why are you letting him sit here? Now you're going to go to the library and he following you? Like, it's weird. Like, no, I felt like she should have drop kicked his ass. Maybe, you know, gave him two to the face. I don't know. I just chose violence.
She's like, here, you can sleep on the couch. You can,
I'm like, no.
Come into my hotel room. I'm like, no. No.
Get out.
Yeah.
And then once he would have been like dying off of that, what was it, eucalyptus?
Yes, he drank eucalyptus.
I wouldn't have even visited him. I wouldn't even went to the hospital to visit him.
I'd have been like, look, he dead now. When is the funeral arrangement so I can not go?
Yes, what do I need to do since, you know, we're still, you know, married? What do I need to do since he's dead?
He literally said, I thought you're supposed to drink it like NyQuil.
Oh, just big dumb.
You deserve to die at this point. You deserve it.
No.
And then to find out he actually did it on purpose. And I'm like, it would have served you right if you did die, you idiot.
I'm going to tell you.
His first thing to do. Like, why do that?
Yeah.
Everything else.
Oh, I'll make her feel bad for me and she won't leave me. No, I'm still leaving. I'm still leaving, actually. Thanks, though.
Just broke your arm or
really
something.
despise
broke your arm or
something. Cheating partner.
I really despise. Does that actually work? That seems so pathetic and low.
It doesn't. Like, if literally, if somebody, like, if my husband cheated on me, and he does that dumb crap, I'm not gonna feel sorry for him. Or like, you know what, you deserve to die anyway.
You deserve to die.
Just die.
And Caroline was even like, "Oh, you wanted me to pity you?" And he was like, "I didn't want your pity." I'm like, "Yes, you did. This is exactly what you wanted. What are you talking about? You're a liar, and you're just trying to save face because she didn't fall for your stupid act, and now you're trying to be like, oh." I didn't want your pity. No.
Sometimes I feel like when I read books, the cheating scene, that already pissed me off as a person who's been cheated on multiple times. So it already pisses me off. And then I read it and I'd be like, I don't think y'all responding like a person who's been cheated on.
Yeah. No.
Y'all not the Lord's word. Like y'all ready to blow this motherfucker up. Like, no. Listen, I've done some. I've keyed cars. I have not. I knew somebody that keyed cars.
I knew somebody. Yeah, it wasn't me.
I knew
they told me the story was so
that possibly right. People that did things. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like,
And then she was suspected of hurting the husband, questioned by the police. Definitely. Yeah, seriously. Like, I literally almost went to jail because you did this.
Yeah.
Like,
jail in a foreign country.
That would not have even happened if she didn't let him stay with her.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. When she had she got off the phone with him and she's like, "Oh, I have 2 hours so I can go check out the Apothecary." It's like, or change hotels. Like
or change hotels.
I
would have done that. As soon as he was like, I booked the first flight, I'll be there at 9 a.m. tomorrow, I would have been like, you're not going to see me. I would have been gone.
You're dead to me. You're dead.
How did he even know what hotel? Oh, of course he knew. My bad.
Yeah, they had planned it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was just like,
yeah, she should have called the police. Stranger
danger.
I was sad for her because she thought she was pregnant and she didn't want to be because of his infidelity.
Yes.
Like, I was like, oh God, you're gonna be with her forever.
That would have been my look too. I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Seriously, been trying for so long, and now that I find out that he cheated, now I find out, now I'm pregnant. Now. Okay.
Well, and then she got so excited when she got her period. I'm like, that doesn't necessarily mean that you're not pregnant. Like, maybe you should take a test. Just be on the safe side, because I've had friends that have gotten a period, like a very light one, but they're still pregnant. It's just their body's not like caught up with the fact, like, oh, hey, we got someone in here. Like, don't get rid of me.
We got someone in here.
Yeah. That would have been nice if she did take that test. Brie.
Oh, Brie.
Her
phone probably died. Her phone or her iPad probably died. She still talked to him afterwards. Yep.
Yeah.
Because she was worried, and then that's when she found out that he was a jerk, an extra jerk.
I mean, I'm glad she finally said she's divorcing him. I wish she had more reaction to him cheating on her.
Yeah.
That's all, going crazy, but.
She probably did. I mean, when she was having the flashback of when she found the text message, it was kind of I still felt like she was pretty calm when she was recalling what happened when she first found the text, I still feel like she just went in there and she basically raised her voice slightly, and it was like, who is this person? So,
yeah.
Bye, Shannon.
Bye, Shannon.
Bye.
See you later.
Was the reason she let him stay in the hotel room because she thought she was pregnant? No.
I think it was just because he was there.
Because he was there.
I think it's because he was there.
Yeah.
She's a better person than a lot.
You just let him in and here, you look exhausted. And he's like, I haven't slept for 3 days. I'm like, don't feel bad for you.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
Sleep with the rats live.
I haven't slept for 3 days. I don't care. He's like, you know who was probably sleeping like a baby? The person you had sex with.
I thought.
Sorry, I just remembered that HR had removed the person that he had an affair with. I can't think of her name right now, but like totally like made her like change departments, or I don't know if she got fired. I'm like, how are you gonna have a whole affair at work and the woman is the only one that's punished?
Yeah.
Like, she even said something like she was like, oh, like she was the only one that got in trouble. Don't you think you both did something wrong? You know, even Caroline pointed that out. I was like, seriously.
Yeah.
That does sound right, though. That sounds pretty accurate. Gosh.
He might as well be Frederick. At this point,
probably distantly related to Frederick.
That would have been a better plot twist too. Like, not trash running through your family. Now you got a history of trashness.
History. You think the author used the past and present period to show the difference between women's rights? I mean, yeah. I mean, it just shows that, you know, like, we really just need to look out for each other, you know, because no one else is doing it for us. But yeah, I mean, yeah. But I also just liked the hidden, not really hidden message that, you know, trash men should die. For disclaimer, for legal purposes, I didn't mean trash men should die, but you know.
I mean, if they were all to like board a Titanic-like ship and just be sunk in, you know, shark-infested waters, would anyone really lose sleep over that?
No. I'm still mad at that white lady. She couldn't share that plaque. She couldn't share that door.
I know, right?
You couldn't share that door. Okay, Rose.
We could take turns. Take turns.
10 minutes on, 10 minutes off.
Yeah, he could have literally like laid on top of her. Body heat. Hello.
I know.
They could have done some light humping.
Light
humping for a couple hours. Just motion. Ooh.
Near-death experiences really are like, you know, they need sex because, you know, sex is life-affirming. So I feel like that's one way they could have passed the time and kind of drowned out the moans of the dying with moans of sex.
I really wish he didn't die, though.
They could have popped a couple off before they survived. And
one or two. They were in the water for like 2 hours.
Go in the water.
Where was the boats? Because I'll be swimming towards the boats. Some are like, where are the boats at? Some of them empty.
Come back.
Looking for other pieces of wood. Let's get you one.
I know, like that was the only door in the ocean.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
That was the only door. That's it.
For that. She wrong. Left that man to die like that after he done gave her the best sex of her life in the car. Steaming on the windows and such.
The hand going down.
Yeah.
Like, anything is a no. Liz, they had sex in someone else's car. They weren't caring about light.
Wasn't that her husband's, her soon-to-be husband's car? Was that their car?
I think it was their car. Already throwing that thing back for pimp.
You know what? When I watched Titanic for the first time, I thought like, oh, she's gonna be pregnant with his kid, and he died.
Yeah, I thought that too.
But that didn't happen.
I was young and very innocent, and I just kept telling, like, my parents loved to tell this story that there were like 2 teenage girls in front of us who were like sobbing because Leonardo DiCaprio has died, and I like turned to my mom and I go, why doesn't she just hit him to wake him up?
Wake up! There's a boat. Do something useful. You just laying there in the water.
She should have hit him, but in a more erotic, sensual way.
You know what? I thought he probably was living just a little bit because you saw that bubble come out of his mouth as he was going down the waters. I was like, oh, maybe
he wasn't even all the way dead. So she really killed him. She really did.
Yeah.
It's murder.
Rose ain't shit.
Oh, Liz was saying where other people could see.
Yeah.
I mean,
my life.
They were dying anyway.
Yeah.
I am fucking you until kingdom come.
It was night.
It was night. I mean, it technically was like pitch black, technically. So I mean, no one would see anything.
Because once the ship went down, that was the only light.
So even just stars though can be very bright. So
that's true.
And if the moon was out, the full moon was basically like daytime.
I'm going in doggy style. I'm doing it. If my life is on the line, I'm missionary, cowgirl, reverse. I'm in there throwing that thing back. If my life is on the line and I gotta generate some warmth, we doing it and doing it well. Doing it and doing it and doing it well.
Her ex-fiance made sure he got out safely, claiming that he had a daughter.
Yeah.
Oh, I have a child. She's all I have in the world. I was like, you're
like,
so
man.
dirty.
But you know what? That was clear. I mean, who wouldn't do that?
That's true.
Who wouldn't?
Yeah, women and children only on the boats. And like, I have a kid. Give me this kid. Give it to me.
You're a woman. You'll get on the boat anyways. Be my wife.
Get out of here.
Quick marriage of convenience.
I know. We're married now. Thank you. We hand fasted.
Moments ago by the band that is now sinking under the water. Please let me get on the boat.
Oh my gosh. That's so funny. That's terrible.
Next post-it note. How long have we talked about the book? Yeesh, probably not a lot.
But honestly, like all my post-its are like we talked about already.
Oh, okay.
We talked about it.
What did you think of the ending though? Like when she was on the bridge and she saw supposedly these two ladies or whatever.
I was like, it's Nella and Eliza.
I'm right there with you, Karen. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, she was like, oh, like they left or, you know, like not there anymore. And I'm just like, they were ghosts.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, Nella and Eliza. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they're reunited.
And I knew it was going for that, but I still think the book should have ended on Nella's last moment.
Yeah.
I think that was the real powerful punch.
They should have switched last chapters. So like that chapter should have been there, and then Nella's chapter should have been the end.
Yeah, I didn't really particularly care about. I keep forgetting her name. The lady in the modern Caroline. I didn't even really care that she got caught up with everything that happened in history. It's like that wasn't important to me. It's like that wasn't even you there, so you don't like.
She's like, I feel a kinship with Eliza. She's like, Arvile. I like
there's no eye roll.
She got her second chance. She applied for grad school. She's doing it, you know, and she's gonna, you know, be friends with Gaynor.
Right. And I mean, these stories of, you know, remaking yourself are necessary. They're just very frustrating in the, you know, before they find their voice.
Yeah.
Get walked all over.
Yeah, that's true. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. I gave it 4.5 stars. So
yeah. Same here.
I think that's what I gave it, or 3. I can't remember, but I like it.
According to Storygraph, Bree, you gave it 4 stars.
Okay, thank you. I was about to look it up.
Yeah, it was a 4-star for me as well.
I gave it 3.
I gave it 3.
Jen's like, I gave it a -1.
I gave it a 3.5 because I liked the ending, but I'm like, I physically had to push myself to read this. I've made a goal where I try to only read audiobooks at like 1.5, but then I was just like, this book is not holding me. I bumped it up to 2.5. I'm like, let's get this over with as quickly as possible. So yeah.
I read consistently at 2.5. That 1.5 is glacier speed to me.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, great. I kind of muted myself because I heard an echo.
Yeah, I hear an echo.
Well, at least it waited till the end.
True.
4 stars. Alexandra gave it 4 stars. I finished on time, so that's a plus. Good job.
Nice.
You don't have to have a star system for it if you don't want. I mean, if you feel like on a scale of 1 to 5, if you have like a feeling towards it.
That's the star system.
I know, but I'm just she doesn't have one in place right now, but if she felt so inclined to say, I feel like out of all the books I've read, this
she said, I know I don't have a star system, but if you just thought like a feeling you had 1 to 5, that's literally you just described the star
system. Could be like 1 to 5 apples or something.
It could be stars. It could be unicorns. It could be apples. Oh my gosh. Okay, everybody. This was a great time. I love each and every one of you.
Mm-hmm.
Our next live stream is going to be for Ice Planet Barbarians. It's going to be this Saturday. Trigger warnings for rape and sexual assault in the first chapter if you don't get the special edition. But Izzy and I talked. You can totally skip the first chapter if you want to. They're just being held by aliens that are not good. And they escape. That's really all you need to know. If you want to avoid that first chapter, you can most certainly do that. Tomorrow, Bree and I are going live for the Tower of Nero. And that's going to wrap up Trials of Apollo.
That I have not finished.
I haven't started it yet. But I'm going to start it. I'm going to start it tonight. I'm going to do it. But yeah, so for the next live stream, if you want to take a screenshot. Yes.
Not all of us.
You didn't do it, Brie? I thought you did it.
Oh, that's what you're supposed to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, it works. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's do it again.
Okay, hold on. Let's do it again. I thought I saw your hand do it. I was like, yeah, she did it.
It was so cool. I just went.
Well, you did have your hand right here, so that kind of looked like it. I'll give it to you.
All right, let's do it again.
Ready?
Genesis Amateur Hour. You started the wrong hand.
I did that last week too. I overthought it. I was like, no, it's this one. I panicked. 2 weeks in a row. Who am I? I'm such a rookie. I think the problem is I'm stressed out now about these 2 books because I have a feeling I'm gonna try and push through the prologue so I don't miss too much. Maybe just like start skimming when things get risky. But then I don't know. Like I'm just
skip it, Jen. Just skip it.
Yeah, just skip it. But I mean, in Ice Planets, you can. I mean, it's coming, so you can just start.
Well, and that's
start
why
thumbing away.
Knowing that it's going to be in the prologue, so I was trying. I mean, 25. You're not going to have a rape scene 25 pages long, so I feel like there's some information in there that I probably would like to have. So I'm going to read up to the point where things start happening, and then skim as quickly as I can to where I feel like things have stopped, and then continue forward.
Just skip it.
25 pages is a lot of potential plot that I could miss.
I'll read it and just tell you. Okay. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful night. Sorry about the echo in the final 5 minutes, but hey, it waited to the end. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to my special co-hosts. Their links to their social media will be in the description box below for you. And everyone have a great night.